Hello there, Optimus Prime here. Going to do a quick follow-up to my Major Blood video with another G.I. Joe Classifieds figure. This time I have decided I will do a quick unboxing of a Cobra Island Viper, because I have one. In fact, I have two. In fact, I have five, but I've already opened three of them. Not that I'm troop building. I am troop building. Right, so I'm going to go to booth mode and I'm going to unbox him before your very eyes. Booth mode! Right. This is take two. I'll explain in a second. So here is the figure in his box in all of his glory. I've turned off my ring light so we don't have a mist run effect, so you can actually see this. Figure is all in his box, as you would expect, because he's still in there. We've got the Cobra Island logo here. Cobra Island is a subline of the G.I. Joe Classified series. They are all Target exclusives in America and can be quite the pain to get hold of. We over here have been actually quite lucky because distribution of these has been okay. You're okay if you pre-order them, really. Finding them in specialist shops is possible, but they do sell out quickly. What possessed them to make normal troop figures be exclusives is completely baffling, but if they follow suit that they did with the Cobra Infantry, then it's very likely that they'll have a standard version of the Viper come out. The Cobra Infantry was redone off of the Cobra Trooper that came out in the Cobra Island line. It had a couple of extra different accessories and a slightly different paint job. But the Cobra Infantry are a lot more readily available. Anyway, back to this dude. They've got the glorious artwork that they have on these figures on the side of the box there, and on the side, I suppose. Which they just look amazing. Yeah, I would love to be able to display the boxes behind the figures, but I do not have the shelf space for that. I have kept all of my boxes with the intention of one day doing something with them, but hey. This is a line though that I can excuse in-box collectors because the boxes are lovely. Anyway, I'm not an inbox collector, so I am less bothered about that. On the back, you have the Cobra Island pictures that sort of talk. It's like a battle plan kind of thing, with some zoomed in bits. It's quite cool. And on the side here, you have some icons which represent what kind of warriors they are, and I have forgotten what any of them mean, so I'm going to ignore that. And on the top, it has Cobra symbol and his number 22, the 22th figure of the line to be released. Although that's not entirely true, because 5 figures from the line of the earlier wave weren't actually released because they delayed the movie, so there we go. Anyway, let's crack this guy open. I tend to open them from the bottom because less tape to worry about. I did try to do this earlier. This is the second time I shot this, and then I found I couldn't actually break the tape. I tried to use Skeletor's sword and bent the tip. Luckily I've bent it back, but hey, live and learn. Ooh, the exciting piece of paper. Oops. Let's just pop that to one side. Here we have a Cobra Viper, so let's pop out the backpack. Nice. Once I've got the plastic out the way, I'll pop the light back on so it's a bit better to see. So we have the Cobra Viper neckerchief, which I imagine is a piece that they will not include in a standard version. Goggles. Here's a futuristic Nerf gun related blaster. I'm not sure if this is modelled off of a Nerf gun, but it looks like it is. And it's got a pistol as well, because if you're a Cobra Viper, You need as many guns as possible. Two guns. And then finally, let's crack this dude out. Ugh. Okay. So, pop the packaging out of the way. Yeah, trooper can stay there. Oh, let's just show off that I've got more than one. There are definitely people who have way more Cobra Vipers than I do. There's a guy in one of the UK Classified Community Facebook group who has a quite stonking army building collection of troopers, red ninjas and Cobra Vipers. Rob, they look awesome and I'm slightly jealous. I have, I think, 8 troopers and infantry, 5 Vipers and a couple of ninjas. I would love more. I love army building but never quite managed to have the time or the funds to get that many figures. Right, let's pop the ring light on. Whoa! Let's remember right. Whoa! Let's have a little bit more. There we go. Right, so let's have a quick look at this dude. Boop. There we go. They have such a nice shiny silver faceplate. Helmet is a bit Cobra Commander-esque, which I guess is an intentional thing. They've got a nice little that's not pauldrons, wrist armour I suppose, and pretty much your standard Hasbro 6-inch figure poseability. I don't think there's anything particularly different about these guys. One thing I have found slightly odd with them is that they have this ribbed decoration that goes down to the thigh swivel joint and then it continues down the inside. Weird. I mean, it's probably on purpose, but I've always thought that was a bit weird. It's not like you can do it that way because then their legs backwards. Anyway, that's that. So many pockets. So many pockets. They're like a 90s Rob Liefeld character. So many pockets. A little holster on his left and right hand leg. I can tell the difference. Which holds his little pistol, which we can plop in like so. It's got a couple of Cobra symbols on his belt, on his little breast there. A couple of grenades. These don't come off, which is fine. Hole for his backpack. I found that these guys tend to sort of be looking down. I think again it's an issue with the. Is that the armour? Can't actually tell if that's the body armour or the actual. Looks like there's another. See in there? There's like another rubberized piece of plastic on top of the. So he's got like armour, and he's also got a neck thing. But anyway, I find it tends to sort of push their heads forward a bit, so it's a bit difficult to make it look like he's looking straight ahead. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, so let's have a look at the other accessories. He has a neckerchief, which was always on the original figures, so let's chuck that on there. Yes. Dashing Mr. Viper with your neckerchief. Not quite sure why they need one, and as I said, I'm willing to put money on them not including this if they ever release a standard version. I suppose it covers up their neck, which is the only exposed piece of skin, so that they don't get cold maybe, but yeah, sure. I'm sure there's some very good technical reasons for it that people can point out to me and call me silly for not knowing such a thing. I don't know lots of things, so hey, giving me more information is good. So we'll go to the backpack in a second. The goggles, they are my previous ones. If I sort of hold it at the back and then sort of stretch it to the front, and put it down a bit. they have on my other ones stayed put. But I have seen people in the Facebook groups getting quite irritated with them. Ha! Yeah, cool. That worked. Ish. It'll do. It'll do. So, zoom. Yeah. Yeah. He needs those goggles for his face plate. Why do they have goggles? Like, why? Anyway, that's yeah. Okay, so one thing that I find really, really annoying about these figures is quite a few of them have backpacks, but all of them have these rubberized plastic armor or flak jackets or what have you. And trying to find the hole in his back. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see. But the hole in the armor is way down compared to where the hole in his actual back is. So you gotta kind of force the armor up and try and find the hole. Oh, there it is. And then hold it and then try and jam this into the hole. Oops. Which is not very easy when the backpack itself has a rubberized, it's a rubbery plastic for the peg. So you're trying to shove a rubberized strut or peg into a hole you can't quite see, that you have to push up. You have to push up the clothes. It's a yeah. Oh, there. But it is so satisfying when you slide that bad boy in there, and it just goes in. Nice. So there we go. He now has his backpack for camping or whatever else he does. He's got some more grenades on there. He's got some rope because you might need some rope. I do love the optimism of these guys with the Cobra Troopers as well. All of the infantry figures are just so well equipped. They've got pouches, they've got grenades, they've got more pouches, they've got pistols, they've got armor on their shins, and they've got knee pads, and they've got armor on their arms, armor. They've got their little watches. Nice little watch there. That's nice. He's got his neckerchief and his goggles and his backpack and his more grenades. He is so well equipped. He is like the ultimate badass. Yet there's 100 of these guys, and they will all be shot. Although, if I recall, in the original G.I. Joe cartoon, people never actually died, so all of these troopers probably are fine. But in a more realistic situation, these guys get shot and killed with gay abandon by the G.I. Joes. They don't care. Roadblock will be stood there with a high-powered giant machine gun just ploughing through these guys, and all of their pouches and grenades and additional guns and body armor and blah de blah de blah are of literal no use. But hey, does that dude not look like an ultimate badass? In any other line, this guy could be some kind of awesome character. Silverface, with his awesome array of pouches. But in G.I. Joe, he is just a trooper, just some cannon fodder. He's not even like a sergeant, he's just Trooper 12 of 472, and he will be probably killed. Probably because of some dumb plan that either Cobra Commander or Destro is attempting to pull off. Oh yay, so just got his silly gun into his hand there, looking quite cool. Oh, look, see, they just look at that. Look at how cool that is. Yeah, there we go. Amazing. Yeah, so it's no real secret that I absolutely love these troopers. Let's get Major Blood in for some action. There we go. Looking, a little zoom. Yeah, they look good. So yes, this is the Cobra Viper, from the Cobra Island subline. They are really cool. I do have some criticisms are mostly the body armor. Some of the figures, it is useful and necessary, but it is a hindrance and a pain in the neck when trying to get. And look, now that you've got the backpack in there, there's this massive gap. It's just a bit doofy. But on the whole, having a whole bunch of these guys stood together, led by Major Blood, fighting the Joes, just looks amazing on your shelf. And if you have the opportunity to pick one of these guys up and are on the fence about whether or not to collect the G.I. Joe classified line, some of the original figures, the Roadblock, the Scarlet, the Duke, they all had some questionable paint apps, and their moulded green plastic weapons looked doofy as hell, especially Roadblocks, whatever the heck that is. I would definitely recommend getting into this line. You could probably skip some of the earlier figures and just go for the characters that you like the look of, or wait to see what else comes. It isn't massively easy to get hold of over here. You need to pretty much pre-order most figures if you want them. Some of them do tend to linger around. Gung Ho was immensely unpopular for some reason, and he's an amazing figure. But they're not in normal retail. They're not in Smiths. They are not easy to get hold of on Amazon. They're just not something you can get hold of really easily over here. And apparently neither can you in America. So if you are lucky enough to pop to a specialist store and see some of these guys knocking about and you're on the fence, grab one, play with it, see what you think. I really love this line. I tend to love everything. I need to really find something to review that I don't like. Anyway, that is the end of me waffling on. This video actually ended up being longer than the Major Blood one. It was supposed to be quicker. Oh well. Right, well, have a good afternoon, or morning, or evening, or whatever time of day it is whilst you're watching this. Goodbye to you.
Fingers on plastic.